craft station, refreshments, a petting zoo, meet and greet with the Easter Bunny. That's March 31st, tomorrow, from 1 to 2:30 p.m. Excuse me. The SPCA of Florida will begin charging intake fees of at least $25 for surrendered animals starting Sunday. The fee scale begins at $25 per animal for surrenders by appointment of up to 2 animals. The fee is $40 for surrenders without an appointment. The Lakeland-based non-profit said the fees are necessary to cover its cost. The care of a surrendered cat costs an average of $210, and the care for a surrendered dog averages $250, the agency mentioned in the news release. Those costs can be higher if the animal is injured or has a major health problem. Celebrate Polk County's history with the Good Old Days Festival on Saturday, April 7th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Homeland Heritage Park at 249 Church Avenue in Homeland. It's free admission, Pioneer Kids Crafts and Games, Victorian Tea Experience from 11:30 to 12:45, live music, food vendors, historical interpreters, produce, homemade goods, and more. There will be corn shucking contest at 11 a.m. and at 12:15. For more information, you can call or visit Park Sand at polk.county.net at 863-534-6911. That's 863-534-6911. If you need more information, at the Good Old Days Festival on Saturday, April 7th from 10 to 2 at the Homeland Heritage Park at 249 Church Avenue in Homeland. There will be a free admission. Also Sunday, April 1st at 11 a.m., the Southside Baptist Church, the adult choir under the direction of Pamela Evers Frazier, will present the Cross of Christ, a worshipful Easter celebration arranged by Cliff Dean. That's Sunday, April 1st at 11 a.m. Please join us at our sunrise service at 7 a.m. That's the Southside Baptist Church, 251 Moses Street in South Mulberry. Reverend Joel Evers is the pastor. And one final note, the Mulberry Library presents an open mic night Friday, April 20th from 7 to 9 p.m. Featured poets will be Florida Poet Laureate Peter Minsk, Brenda Patterson, Eric H. Bernheim, platform poets of Lakeland. Musical talents provided by Lemon Street Music. That's an open mic night Friday, April 20th from 7 p.m. to 9 at the Mulberry Library. That includes information on what's going on in the Mulberry area. At this time, we will now be covering news of interest to veterans and others. Changes coming to the TRICARE Retiree Dental Program. If you have the TRICARE Retiree Dental Program coverage now, if so, then you need to know that the TRDP will end on December 31st, 2018. Anyone who who was in the TRDP this year or would have been eligible for the plan will be able to choose a dental plan from among 10 dental carriers in the Federal Employee Dental and Vision Insurance Program. You can begin reviewing the program options now at www.opm.gov/FEDVIP. You'll be able to do this during the 2018 Federal Benefit Open Season, which runs from November 12th to December 10th, 2018, and coverage begins on January 1st of 2019. As reported March 17th by Brian Murphy from McClatchy News, the tiny eastern North Carolina community of Atlantic has joined a growing list of military areas across the country affected by contaminated drinking water. The Navy is providing bottled water after 2 private groundwater wells in Atlantic, an unincorporated area in Carteret County with a population of less than 600, tested positive for elevated levels of cancer-causing chemicals. Atlanta sits on the Coral Sound just west of the Outer Bank. The chemicals are used to make products more stain-resistant, waterproof, and non-stick, and they appear in common household products such as cookware, carpets, food packaging, and clothes, according to the Environmental Protective Agency. They are also found in firefighting foam used by the Department of Defense beginning in the 1970s. A new shingles vaccine is rolling out across the military health system, and healthcare experts say it's a game changer. The vaccine, Shingrix, is recommended for healthy adults 50 years old and older to prevent shingles, a painful skin rash that can have debilitating long-term effects for older people. An earlier shingles vaccine was introduced in 2006, but that vaccine was for people 60 and older when it first came out, and only about 70% effective in offering full protection against the virus. So even if you had shingles, they recommend you get the new vaccine. Shingles usually develops as a stripe across one side of the body or face, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. People may feel pain, itching, or tingling in the area where the rash occurs a few days before it actually appears, the CDC said. Other symptoms may include fever, headaches, and chills. A few days after the rash appears, it turns into a fluid-filled blister. They usually scab over after a week or 10 days, and then the scab clears up a couple of weeks after that. But the pain may persist even after the rash clears. The new vaccine is a 2-dose series, with the second dose administered anywhere from 2 to 6 months after the first vaccine. The majority of patients have reported side effects for 2 or 3 days after the vaccination. They include headache, fatigue, and nausea. The CDC recommends patients talk with their provider about the possible side effects. The U.S. Digital Service launched new web tools to help veterans track their benefits. Today, the VA and the U.S. Digital Service announced their launch of an improved appeal status tool to increase transparency and enable veterans to track the progress of their benefit claims appeal. It's important that our veterans have the opportunity to track their appeals process in a timely and efficient manner, according to the VA Secretary. For the first time ever, veterans can see their place on the Board of Veterans Appeals docket, including the number of appeals that are ahead of them. The tool, which went live March 21st on the VA's vets.com website, will allow veterans to access detailed information about the status of their benefit appeals and will include alerts about needed action as well as estimates of how long each step of the process takes. Applications will be opening soon for the 2018 National Veterans Golden Age Games in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The event kicks off August 3rd. VA will begin accepting applications on April 2nd from veterans interested in competing in the 2018 National Veterans Golden Age Games, which will be taking place August 3rd through the 8th in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Veterans ages 55 and older who are eligible for VA healthcare benefits may complete applications online through May 2nd. The Golden Age Games empowers our nation's senior veterans to lead active, healthy lives, according to the VA Secretary. After more than a week of competition, many participants have boasted of an overall improvement to their quality of life and rejuvenation to stay active and fit. Nearly 800 athletes are expected to compete in the national multi-sport competition for senior veterans. The event encourages participation to make physically active activity a central part of their lives and supports the VA's comprehensive recreation and rehabilitation therapy program. Competitive events include air rifle, badminton, basketball, bowling, cycling, blind disc golf, horseshoes, 9-ball, pickleball, power walk, shuffleboard, swimming, table tennis, and track and field. Exhibition events include air pistol, archery, and football. The Women Veterans Leadership Summit will be April 27th to 29th. The summit is part of an ongoing national conversation for women veterans, empowering and equipping these women to lead a movement that inspires community change efforts and advancement toward equality. Each year, the Women Veterans Leadership Summit brings together the voices and insights of a diverse range of female luminaries from the worlds of business, philanthropy, and entertainment and politics. March is the annual observance of Traumatic Brain Injury (TBI) Awareness Month, during which the VA and other healthcare organizations draw attention to the latest developments in the treatment of TBI. TBI is often caused by a strong impact to the head or from an object penetrating the brain that may or may not result in a loss of consciousness. People with TBIs often experience problems with thinking or other neurological symptoms such as mental fogginess, changes in memory, problems with balance, and behavioral changes to include being more irritable or depressed. After the initial injury has healed, treatment for TBI are focused on symptom management and may include medications, rehabilitation therapies, and assistive devices and technology. Light-emitting radiotherapy, also known as LED therapy.